it is. Like, it almost feels like there's no support right here, but there is support, but it is really soft. He's a crawler. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yo, dude. It ain't nervous at all. It ain't even worried about trying to roll. Hello, RC hobbyists, and thank you for dropping in to another episode of Hobby Drop. Today, as you see from the thumbnail, we've got some new inserts. They are the Squid'nserts, and they're 3D printed foam, and I'm super excited to get them in the trucks. Now, I want to give you some first impressions of these inserts before we even get going. And I haven't seen them perform at all, so this is just what I thought when I threw them on and had them on the bench. Just sitting, they're way softer. Like, I almost am concerned about how soft it is. Like, it almost feels like there's no support right here, but there is support, but it is really soft. I'm actually expecting that. I'm thinking these are going to be pretty dang good. So without further ado, let's do it. So I almost didn't even use this climb as an example for the new tires. But then I thought, well, maybe it will change and make a difference. So, ooh. So let's see if it will. Now, I do feel that the ruptures struggle because of the space between the treads, but it'll be the same tire. So let's see. So just looking at it, there's not a ton of bite in these tires. You can see a little bit of the tire folding up there. Throttle will get it done. All right, first time touching the rocks. Okay, I was about to be absolutely mind blown if it just went for it. Okay, here's the opposition I was anticipating. Okay, so you can see them pulling and conforming here. Dude, and since going slow like this, it's actually just getting it. So going slow, oh wow, okay. So going slow is actually what's giving this the traction. It's letting the foam, wow. Okay, so that was just, it liked that slow speed, which let that foam, or insert rather, kind of wrap around and then pull. So doing the wheel speed, which is what was better for the other tire, which really just means it's getting less traction, was more effective, whereas this going slow is what was effective. All right, so here's our second obstacle. It is quite toasty today. I'll drop you a nice little temperature reading, but it'll be hot next run too, so I'll compare the weather both days to see if there's a difference, but I don't anticipate there will be. So right here, so we're really testing today just the bite of these tires, and it's hard for me to not want to just get distracted and focus on the climb itself, but we want to take note of how the tires are responding. So a little bit of folding up there, but not a whole lot of movement with my, oh, here we go. So that tire's loading up with traction as we're coming over this. You can see I do have a 3D printed foam in here that I did, and the tire roll is awesome, meaning it's very limited. So we are going from a Mod Podge foam here to a fully 3D printed foam. So the guy I bought these from told me, he was like, yeah, he's like, you'll be back. You'll be back for some more inserts because these things are so awesome. So I guess we'll see, okay? I mean, I can definitely tell these tires are conforming lots better. Needed a little speed before we dropped in right there. But yeah, look at that. I mean, it's wrapping up nicely. All right, guys, so far, if this video has been beneficial for you, if you're seeing some things and learning some things, go ahead, give it a like, and let's keep going. Okay, so the suggestion was that my foams were too stiff. So that's what I had been hearing from you guys, and so we want to test and see if that's the case, and if the squid inserts, that was a close one. So we just want to see if the squid inserts are going to be softer to allow for more traction. So for example, right here, this tire up top isn't getting, it's not really conforming to the rock. You can see it's just stiff. So I'm potentially losing out on a lot. Even right here, these tires almost want to crinkle up and really dig in, but they don't very much. Let's lock dig in here to give us a little break as we drop down. Continue through with the dig. Top tires are really fighting, but let's just twist it and use it to pivot and drop down one more layer here. Oh my gosh. Now let's keep it planted. We're side hilling. Oh, it's going to let us back up. Ouch. So guys, I really appreciate you for watching this and for liking it, for throwing in your comments. It really does mean a lot to me. I do this for fun because I enjoy it and I like to see record. of the progress I'm making as a driver, but I also hope to be helpful in the process. Okay, so usually I had rear steer. Well, usually, last time I did. This time I forgot my selfie stick, so I didn't have rear steer, but we'll get it involved a little bit there. Wow. So far, you guys, I am definitely impressed. These are making a big difference, honestly. Put on that dig for a little rear brake as we're coming down. Oh, that was cool, using dig to stay planted right there. So I have definitely found I have a hard time recording when I drive the Capra because I'm just so excited about running rear steer and like trying to place tires that I can't talk and drive at the same time. That is definitely a struggle for me, so I apologize, guys, if the Capra videos tend to be a little more just watching and driving and less chat. But this is a fun climb, a good example of dig for one, but also just a pretty cool spot. So you can see we've got huge ledges right here. And if I just drive straight into said ledge, it's going to flip me over backwards. So what I'm doing is I'm getting right to the top of the ledge just before it wants to tip and before that rear tire makes contact. Put it in dig. And I'm going to use dig to get some traction. Okay, so we can see right here, ton of traction down on the bottom, but that's not necessarily where we want it. Where we want it is up here. But check out that driver tire. It is completely smashed up. Tons and tons of traction on there and a decent amount right here. So we're gonna disengage dig and boom. It just pulls it right up that ledge. So that's pretty cool. But right here is a good example of why people may be telling me I need some different foams. Coming up over that, there's like very little bite. It's not really conforming to that rock. The guy who makes these is it's a small company, just almost ma pa status, you know. He's a crawler. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yo, dude. That was awesome. Let's watch the tires work, okay? Conformed, popped us up there. All right, now we're gonna sidewall along. You got a little crinkle going. But maybe if it was conforming more on that rear, it would get us up a little easier. So now we're kind of double ledged up. Need traction, come on. There it is. Okay, straighten them out. Like I was saying, it's just a small company. It's not, you know, Squid'nserts. They're not being made by Axial or Treal or any of the other big companies, Proline. You know, this is just an RC hobbyist like us that is good with a 3D printer and started running some. Dude, you guys, these foams are awesome. But just started providing a product that is a quality upgrade. Like, look at this. All right, final thoughts on this, on these Squid'nserts 3D printed foams. They're sick. These foams are specifically made for the rupture, so it compensates for that slightly taller ride height. So if you guys are running some ruptures, I'm sold on them. Go pick you up some. These were cool. So I'll leave a link for you to the website, so that you can go pick yourself up a set of these Squid'nserts. They're absolutely awesome. We crushed it, and we've got some time, so I'm gonna run some more lines, and if we find anything fun, I'll include it here. But you guys, thank you so much. That's all we got for you today, and go get some. So I already had 3D printed foams or inserts, so I didn't like see as much of a difference on the side hilling because, like I said, I already had the 3D printed ones. But the 3D printed inserts are second to none when it comes to side hill, like roll. If you look at this, okay, we're pretty sideways. There's a lot of weight on this driver tire. It ain't nervous at all. It ain't even worried about trying to roll and like just ride on the rim like you get with your foam insert sometimes. So that's super awesome. Unfortunately, the phone keeps overheating, so it's hot out here. So we're gonna go ahead and officially be done. But thank you guys. If you're still here, give me a sub. We're posting content every week. We'll catch you next week. Farewell.